After Goku appeared with his angelic golden transformation, shaking the world with his impossible return, healing Vegeta and the priest's creation, he delivered a shock no one could comprehend. And now, Goku stands face to face with the Grand Priest, with Zeno between them, unable to understand the truth that had been hidden from him for so long. This is not a confrontation of power, but a confrontation of a concealed past, buried secrets, and years of deception. The battle everyone had been waiting for is about to begin. A heavy silence fell, swallowing every breath. Everyone stood frozen, their eyes locked on Goku and the Grand Priest. Gohan stared at his father in disbelief, whispering with a trembling voice, "This is not the transformation I know. Dad has become something entirely different." And amidst all these whispers, the Grand Priest stepped back, unsettled from within. In front of him, Goku stared at him with a cold gaze, then spoke in a low voice.
"It's time for Zeno to know the truth."
The Grand Priest's face trembled for a moment. Then he forced a very fake smile, attempting to hide the terror clawing at his chest. "Truth? What truth, Goku? The only truth here is that you've slipped out of the universe's control. You have always been the greatest threat, and I was only trying to protect Zeno from you." Zeno looked at them both like a lost child, unsure who to believe, unable to understand how everything changed so suddenly. Goku, firmly,
"If there's someone who's out of control, it's you. Look around. Everyone you tried to use has returned to their senses, except you. The era of your deception is over. I know everything now. You were the one who imprisoned Zeno's mother, and you were the one who stole an innocent being to create your invention, who now stands as a light on my side. And you were the one who ruled existence with fear, because you feared the day someone would rise to strip you of your position."
The Grand Priest froze, and suddenly, Zeno's voice rose, strong and confused for the first time. "What? Grand Priest? Is this true? What is this creature saying?" Everyone turned to look at the Grand Priest. He smiled and bowed slightly to Zeno, saying, "My lord, how can you believe the lies of this rebel? He is trying to twist the truth, to plant doubt in your heart. From the beginning, he was the danger. He is the one who prevented your mother's return." Goku took a step forward, and the light around his body surged. The Grand Priest recoiled a step backward. For the first time, true fear appeared on his face, and in that moment, he raised his hand and suddenly the halo behind his head shattered, a sound like the breaking of the heavens themselves. Everyone was shocked, especially Whis, who suspected that his father had finally decided to do something forbidden. The Grand Priest closed his eyes and murmured to himself in panic, "There's no choice left except to awaken what has been forbidden to touch since the first creation." And in less than a blink, the Grand Priest vanished at a speed no one could perceive. The only ones who caught the trace of his movement were Goku and Zeno's guards. Krillin shouted, "Where did he go?" Vegeta clenched his fist in anger, unable to comprehend the priest's speed or where he disappeared to. Then, Goku closed his eyes and in a calm voice, like the calm before the storm, said,
"Vegeta, stay here. Protect Earth. Whis, give it everything you have as well. Prepare yourselves. Existence itself won't be able to contain what I'm about to unleash."
At that moment, the Grand Priest was rushing at insane speed, heading toward a very distant place, mumbling to himself in panic, "Just a little more, just a little, and I will arrive. Then you will see the face that will show you no mercy, Goku." On Earth, the royal creation stepped forward slowly, standing beside Vegeta and Whis. Everyone was surprised. The being who, just minutes ago, was a blade in the Grand Priest's hand, was now standing with them? He raised his head confidently and said, "Don't think that standing with you is an act of kindness. I simply refuse to let a being like him decide my destiny." Meanwhile, Zeno was staring at Goku like a lost child searching for meaning. He didn't know who Goku truly was, nor why his heart trusted him, despite not remembering him. Goku lifted his head toward the sky and whispered to himself,
Zeno, please be patient. I will reveal the truth to you, and soon you will be in your mother's embrace. Just stay calm.
Before anyone could comprehend what was happening, Goku vanished from his place at a speed no one could fathom.
Meanwhile, the guards raised their hands and projected a scene in the sky, as if they wanted Zeno to witness every detail of this battle with his own eyes. The friends watched in tense anticipation, unsure of what was about to unfold. The Grand Priest fled in silence, his heart pounding at an abnormal pace. He whispered to himself in a broken voice, "Damn it. I was foolish to release the creation before its time, and also when I imprisoned Goku in the Void Realm, I forgot that Zeno's mother was there." As he flew at incredible speed, he suddenly sensed a flash matching his velocity at his side. Before he could turn, a powerful strike landed on him, freezing time itself, as if the entire universe halted for a moment. It was Goku. He had stopped the Grand Priest mid-flight, rendering him unable to move, the pain paralyzing his body. Goku stood before him, eyes glowing with terrifying light, and said, "Where do you think you're running? You wanted to pretend you were going to reveal the truth, so why retreat now?" The Grand Priest couldn't respond. He trembled, clutching his abdomen, trying to lift his head to face Goku, but he found no one in front of him. Suddenly, Goku appeared behind him before he could react, and in that instant, the Grand Priest knew there was no escape left. Goku's voice this time was sharp, overflowing with power. "Your luck has run out, Grand Priest. What stands behind you now is not the Goku you knew. My very essence has changed completely. You will never escape my grasp again." The Grand Priest grew furious, but time betrayed him. Goku struck before he could move, hitting him from behind and launching him at unimaginable speed. The priest crashed into a planet, causing an explosion across its surface. Everyone watching froze in horrified shock. Krillin stuttered, "I didn't expect Goku to be this strong. He took him down with a single blow." The Grand Priest fell onto the planet's surface. At that moment, Goku descended slowly. His steps calm and steady, his expression cold and ruthlessly composed. The cosmic light radiating from his body illuminated the entire area. The Grand Priest trembled on his knees, unable to respond, unable to flee. He whispered in stunned disbelief, "Where did he get this power? His body. This isn't a body. It's limitless cosmic light." Goku approached until he stood directly in front of him. He stared at the Grand Priest and said in a calm voice, "If you've forgotten, Grand Priest, destiny never forgets. Yes, I met Zeno's mother and learned your truth. Her pain ignited the spark of vengeance even more, and I swear I will not move a single step from here until you taste agony and witness the end you crafted with your own hands." The Grand Priest trembled, staring helplessly at Goku's feet. Suddenly, Goku struck him directly in the face, sending him flying into the air. But he didn't stop there. Goku grabbed him by the leg and slammed him violently into the ground, creating a massive explosion that shook the entire area. Destruction engulfed the Grand Priest completely. His body lay shattered across the ground, but Goku did not step back. He approached him, placing his hand above him, and spoke in a calm, cold tone. "The countdown of your life has begun, Grand Priest. every moment you have left will become a fire that burns your very existence. Immediately after that, Goku unleashed a violent burst of energy. His overwhelming power pushed the Grand Priest deeper and deeper until the entire planet exploded completely. Destruction spread across space, and the shockwaves reached Earth itself, where Vegeta, Whis, and the royal creation stood with their hands raised, trying to protect the planet from annihilation. Vegeta's eyes gleamed with excitement and astonishment as he said, "I knew you'd come back, Kakarot, but I never imagined I'd see you at this level. One strike from you overturned every rule of this game." Zeno stood silently, his eyes widening in awe, waiting for the final unveiling of the truth. As for the Grand Priest, he lay on a floating rock in space, his body torn apart like a broken puppet. Silence covered his face, no movement, no speech, no thought. Everything about him seemed frozen in that final moment, helpless and unable to resist. Suddenly, the rock beneath him shattered under a sudden burst of energy. Goku was the cause. With a deadly smirk, he said, "Oh, come on. No time for sleeping now. The gate is open, and torment is waiting for you. And every second of it will be far worse than anything you can imagine." The Grand Priest remained motionless, like a statue without a soul. His face showed no emotion, his eyes staring blankly into the void. He still hadn't processed what happened, but deep within, he remained confident, relying on ancient knowledge and hidden plans. Goku stood there, watching him, waiting for him to speak or react. But at that moment, the Grand Priest noticed something deep within Goku, something he had never seen before: the necklace. Now fused with Goku's essence, connected to his heart and soul. A faint smile appeared on the Grand Priest's face, as if this new discovery quietly reorganized all his plans. Suddenly, a light ignited in the Grand Priest's chest, specifically in this symbol engraved onto his skin. His eyes glowed, and a terrifying aura surrounded him, rising around them. But the chaos lasted only a moment. Things calmed when Goku realized something astonishing. The Grand Priest's body seemed completely healed. There was no trace of the previous damage. Goku smirked and said sharply, "Good. You saved yourself. But remember, every second of your life now is a calculated punishment. Every moment you stay alive increases your suffering. If you had died earlier, it would have been much better for you." The Grand Priest didn't respond, but he said internally,
If I couldn't reach that distant place I sought, at least my plan is still unfolding. Slower than expected, yes, but the end will be in my favor no matter what happens.
Back on Earth, everyone watched the majestic scene unfolding before them. Vegeta warned Whis, "Get ready. What's coming won't be just another fight. This is a threat that might shake our entire existence." At that moment, the Grand Priest spoke for the first time in front of Goku with a loud, cold voice. "Well then, Goku, if you think your punishment is calculated, then I want more. Increase the torment if you can. I'd be grateful." Goku felt provoked, then launched forward with terrifying speed. The Grand Priest did not retreat. Instead, he countered the attack with equal force, as if the two were opposite faces of the same coin. Raw violence and cosmic energy clashing endlessly. They collided in the heart of the universe, their strikes flying faster than any mind could comprehend. The sound of punches and cracks echoed through space, each wave of energy shaking the earth and the surrounding stars, every tremor making the universe itself tilt under a pressure no one had ever witnessed before. On planet Earth, Vegeta and the others felt an unnatural force pressing down on the planet, trying to penetrate its atmosphere, as if attempting to crush every living thing beneath it. Every moment of this battle threatened the planet's safety and multiplied the tension in the hearts of their friends. Krillin trembled and said, "Oh my God, Earth, it's going to shatter. What's happening out there?" Gohan lifted his eyes to the sky, his pupils widening, shouting in sheer terror, "What kind of battle is this? I can feel their strikes as if they're just meters away from us." Vegeta and the others began to increase their power, trying to protect the planet, while Goku and the Grand Priest continued exchanging blows and continuous waves of force that shook everything around them. Entire planets exploded under the weight of their collisions. The fight was no longer just a physical clash. It had become a test of existence itself, of the meaning of power, of the limits of what the entire universe could endure. Vegeta, under unbearable pressure, was consumed by rage and roared, "I can't believe this. What kind of power is this? We are three warriors desperately trying to protect the planet, and still, the pressure from just the two of them is overwhelmingly crushing. Kakarot, what kind of structure has your body gained? What kind of power is this?" In space, the clash between Goku and the Grand Priest was nearly even. Goku spoke,
"The game is over. Now the judgment begins."
Suddenly, Goku exploded with a surge of massive energy, as if the entire universe were under his grip. At the exact same time, the Grand Priest powered up as well, screaming with a fury beyond imagination, as if he wanted to end the battle in a single instant. Vegeta shouted at the top of his lungs,
"Push your power to the max. This might blow up the entire planet."
In an undescribable moment, Goku and the Grand Priest unleashed their energies with everything they had. The center of the clash looked like a star exploding, and the universe shook from the force of the shockwave. On Earth's surface, Vegeta, Whis, and the royal creation were screaming with everything they had, trying to protect the planet from the incoming explosion. Their friends were terrified, their hearts racing, eyes barely believing what was unfolding. Then came the colossal explosion. The colliding energies of Goku and the Grand Priest detonated with an indescribable violence, unleashing a devastating shockwave whose effects reached all the way to Earth. The storm finally settled, yet the scene was no less terrifying. The Grand Priest fell to his knees, his face filled with exhaustion, his body affected by Goku's last explosion. But the symbol glowing on his chest began to shine, and his eyes flickered with a mysterious light, as if a hidden power was flowing from within him. Goku's anger rose like fire, and he said in a voice that shook the air, "You're starting to get on my nerves, still relying on those old tricks." The Grand Priest smiled calmly, filled with arrogance and cunning. "Oh, Goku, you said you would torture me, but the truth is, every moment of your torture has become fuel for my strength. Now, it's time to invest all that suffering against you." Suddenly, the priest broke the tension of the moment and launched with a speed Goku had never witnessed before. The first strike hit directly on the pendant connected to Goku's heart, a shock that froze everyone watching. Goku's heart trembled from the inside, and even his bones cracked. Goku stopped for a moment, silent, as if recalculating everything. But the priest had no intention of showing mercy. Strike after strike exploded into Goku's chest, each blow shattering his bones piece by piece. With every hit, the priest enjoyed himself even more, crafting a deliberate torture for the greatest warrior the universe had ever known. On Earth, the friends watched the scene with stunned eyes and racing hearts. Krillin screamed, clutching his head. "Oh my god, Goku! What's happening to him? Everything just flipped!" Despite all this, Goku remained silent. He focused on every movement the priest made, every blink, every tremble in his body. It was a moment of testing his patience and testing his ability to face an enemy that was no longer just a rival, but a colossal challenge demanding to be understood. The universe shook around them. Then, suddenly, something strange happened. The light filling the space, the light that illuminated the entire cosmos, began to fade slowly. Darkness filled the void, as if the universe itself had stopped breathing. Goku collapsed to his knees, his body shattered, his chest torn, his bones broken. He knelt before the Grand Priest, who stood with unshaken confidence and relentless resolve. Goku's eyes were closed, silent, living within his own world, hurting, yet focused on something deep inside him. The priest smiled mockingly, his eyes glowing with arrogance. "Ha ha ha! I may have gone a bit too far, right, Goku? Look at you, unable to speak, unable even to scream. Very well, I'll reveal the truth while you watch. I, as a divine being, possess techniques similar to yours. I can multiply my strength without limits when my body collapses, when all restraints fall away. Yes, I have removed all limits on myself. I have walked a forbidden path, and all of that is thanks to you. You helped dig your own grave. So now, what do you want? Shall I make your end quick, or would you prefer I multiply your suffering even more?" Goku said nothing. He simply smiled, a calm smile, as if pain had not touched his core. This smile enraged the priest. He raised his hands, and the aura around him intensified, surging toward Goku with destructive force. A massive explosion shook the entire surface beneath them. On Earth, the friends stood in frightened silence. Gohan trembled.
"I never thought I'd see this. Everything is dark. Dad was our last hope."
Vegeta, eyes wide with burning fury.
"Damn it, this is impossible. Kakarot, you can't fall now."
The light that had sparked hope in everyone collapsed in an instant, leaving Goku in agony, and the Grand Priest smiling mockingly, savoring the moment of his complete dominance.
Your light is nothing but an illusion, Goku. It shined for a moment, then died out, just like Zeno's mother and his father. All of them vanished. Let me tell you something. Light, power, divinity, none of it means anything before one law: my authority. Goku did not move. His eyes remained closed, as if he had lost consciousness. But in truth, he had sunk deep into another level of awareness. Goku whispered to himself, "I was wrong. I tried to control this light the way I control my power, with rage, with shouting, with force. But light doesn't respond to chaos. It responds to purity, to calmness, to peace. This light, it only works when my heart is clear." At that moment, the Grand Priest placed his hand over Goku's chest, directly on the pendant fused with his heart. He smiled with vicious malice. "This is the source of everything that happened. Good thing it's become part of you, because ripping it out now will scatter your entire existence." He placed his fingers on it, pressed, and then
A massive surge of light blasted the Grand Priest's hand. He screamed as he was hurled backward with unimaginable force, as if struck by a heavenly bolt. At the same moment, the earth itself trembled.
A towering pillar of light erupted from Goku's heart, a sending beacon like a heavenly tower piercing through space. It spread across the sky, across the entire cosmos. It expelled the darkness instantly and reignited the universe with a divine golden radiance, deeper and purer than ever before. In the midst of that brilliance, Goku stood, calm, steady, the light flowing from him as if he had been reborn. Shock surged in everyone's eyes. The Grand Priest stared at Goku as he approached, slowly, steadily, an overwhelming, chilling aura shaking the very space around them. His eyes widened, and he said with a broken voice, "Impossible! This cannot be happening. Your light collapsed completely. How did you return?" Goku replied coldly, "Your superiority never meant you were stronger or that I was weaker. I just needed to understand your secret. You thought you were hiding your true power, but you were too stupid to realize I had figured it out." The Grand Priest shouted in desperation, "Even if you understood, you won't stop my ascent. Before he could finish, Goku vanished. He unleashed a barrage of punches at the Grand Priest. Goku kept his eyes closed, his face perfectly calm, as if striking with his mind, not his body. The punches fell with speeds no one else could perceive. So fast the Grand Priest couldn't even lift his hand to defend. Every time he tried to move, he found himself frozen for a fraction of a moment. Then another punch landed, shattering his balance. The punches continued, multiplied, accelerated, until the Grand Priest collapsed completely.
The friends were watching what was happening. Whis took a deep breath, then explained a secret riddle. The blows Goku was delivering at first were filled with anger, and anger generates spiritual pressure, and that is precisely what fuels my father. My father does not regenerate from any strike. He regenerates only when he is exposed to one specific type of energy, the energy of torment and spiritual pressure. Gohan trembled in shock. So every strike my dad threw earlier was strengthening the Grand Priest rather than weakening him? Whis nodded slowly. Exactly. But what Goku is doing now is something completely different. His strikes have become pure light. No anger, no impurities, no spiritual pressure. And so Goku's pure energy does not grant my father the fuel he needs to multiply his strength. Vegeta clenched his fist and whispered, "Damn it, that's a method of killing the victim very slowly." As everyone was speaking, suddenly the light exploded. A massive pillar of light descended from the sky, so bright that everyone raised their arms to shield their eyes. Something fell from within that light. A man, walking with slow, majestic steps. It was Goku, but he was not alone. He was holding the Grand Priest by the hair, the priest completely unconscious. Everyone froze. Even Vegeta couldn't utter a single word. Goku didn't even look at them. His eyes were fixed only on Zeno. He approached him, stood in front of him, then dropped the Grand Priest on the ground, as if throwing away something worthless. A heavy, terrifying silence fell. Then Goku said in a low voice, "I brought you here so everyone would know your truth, and so you'll be a lesson to anyone who believed that power is destruction, to anyone who spread darkness and sorrow." Zeno stared, wordlessly. Then Goku spoke the word that increased the scene's gravity. "Confess now, and speak the truth." The Grand Priest was still on his knees, gasping like someone whose life had been taken from him multiple times. He raised his head with difficulty, and in a broken, trembling voice mixed with collapse and fear, "Zeno, look at him. Look what he did to me. I told you that Goku is the source of evil, the cause of everything that happened. He is the one who kept you from seeing your mother."
Goku heard this with intense rage, but it was not blind rage.
It was the rage of a man watching the truth being murdered in front of him. He slowly raised his hand toward the priest and said with a killing coldness, "Fine. I no longer need your truth. I will reveal everything, even when you're nothing but ashes." His words dropped like blades onto the Grand Priest's heart. But before he could continue, a small light step interrupted everything. Zeno appeared in front of Goku. He said with his childlike voice, "Stop, Goku!" The words struck everyone like lightning. Zeno continued, "The Grand Priest told me the truth. He said, you are the reason for everything. You are the one who took my mother from me. You are the one who kept us from seeing her. I saw her in my dreams, and the priest interpreted the dream."
Everyone's eyes widened. As for Goku, he looked at Zeno with a heart full of sadness. Not fear of him, but pity for him. He whispered to himself, "I wished you could see the truth with your own eyes, but darkness has covered your heart completely." The entire earth seemed to hold its breath as Zeno lifted his arm toward the sky. He was about to use the power everyone feared. Zeno screamed, "I will erase you now, Goku!" Time froze. No one moved. Goku said calmly, without fear, "Zeno, please, step aside." But the guards became enraged when they heard that. Zeno shouted, "Stop! Stay away!" Then he looked at Goku, a look of judgment, of fate, a decision without return. "I will erase you now, Goku." And his hand fell. Light exploded. A blinding white light, thick, overwhelming. Even Vegeta nearly fainted from the intensity of it. Gohan screamed, "No!" Then the light vanished, everything calm, and Goku appeared, standing, alive, unaffected, not a scratch, no sign of erasure, nothing. And Zeno froze in place, his eyes widened.
Goku closed his eyes and spoke with a deep tenderness, like a mother calling to her child. And how can a son erase a heart that carries a part of his mother within it? His words were heavy, carrying a meaning only he understood. In that moment, the Grand Priest realized the plan had collapsed. He placed his palm on the ground, and complex symbols began glowing beneath him. The entire place trembled as the priest let out strange, forbidden chants. And at that exact moment, the priest's creation felt a sharp shock inside his core, as if something ancient was being awakened, something long forgotten. He didn't understand the sensation, but the image came to him clearly. Suddenly, a massive burst of light exploded outward. The priest's creation lunged forward with all his strength, throwing himself into the blast, shielding Goku from the deadly ritual. It was one of the priest's oldest traps, meant to swallow Goku alone. When the explosion faded and the light dimmed, the scene revealed itself. The Grand Priest lay stretched on the ground, his body appearing shattered, while Goku stood silently, eyes sharp, but his wings disappeared, as if part of his body had been affected. The priest's creation collapsed, drained after taking the full impact. The others saw the priest's body and froze. Vegeta's voice rang out in disbelief.
Impossible! Did he kill himself?
But Goku answered quietly,
No, he didn't kill himself. That cunning rat ran away.
Vegeta stiffened, remembering the same trick the priest once used, leaving behind a fake corpse while the original vanished.
Before anyone understood what had truly happened, a weak, broken voice cracked through the silence. Goku, Vegeta, come quickly. They approached the fallen royal creation carefully. His breathing was weak, his energy fading with every passing second. No one understood why he had sacrificed himself moments earlier. Goku knelt beside him. What's happening to you? Why did you throw yourself into that blast? Suddenly, the royal creation lifted his trembling hand and placed it directly over the radiant pendant fused into Goku's chest. The moment his fingers touched it, his eyes widened and tears streamed down his face as he whispered, broken, "This is my wife's pendant." Everyone froze. Goku stared at him uneasily. "What are you saying? Who are you? I always sensed something blocked in your mind, something strange, but now your words aren't those of a machine. They feel like memories. I am Osiris, the ancient king, the first ruler, guardian of the cosmic order before the priest knew what power meant, before he even had a name. He deceived me. He deceived my wife. He sealed my memories, erased my essence, and turned me into this incomplete shell." Vegeta stared in disbelief. "But how? How could he take your identity and split your soul from your being?" Osiris replied weakly. "The priest possesses an ancient technique, a method that dismantles essence itself. He separates the soul, the body, and the identity. He stole my soul and imprisoned it for millions of years. And the same would have happened to Goku just now. The priest, when he realized he could not win, planned to dismantle Goku's core, to rip the pendant from his heart." Everyone was stunned. Vegeta stumbled back a step. "So your essence was dismantled. Your soul became one thing, your memories another, and your identity lost between them. Then who are you now?" Osiris raised his trembling hand and answered, "I am Zeno's father." The universe froze. No one moved, not a breath, not a heartbeat. Osiris continued, "My son, whom I left with his mother, only for both of them to vanish from my life forever after the priest erased my existence from history. But now I finally see the truth. Goku, Vegeta, you are the last hope. Please protect Zeno, protect this world, and in this body, I am no longer of any use." He tried to lift himself, trembling, then looked directly at Vegeta. "Vegeta, you must be the one to carry my legacy. Take it, my soul, my essence, my blade. You and Goku will accomplish what I could not." Vegeta stepped forward, a hot tear falling from his eye, something he hadn't done in years. In a faint voice, he asked, "Why me?" Goku placed a hand on Vegeta's shoulder and said, "Vegeta, don't hesitate. His father is giving you his soul because you are the only one who can carry it. And his mother entrusted me, being the last bridge to bring her son back. You and I are now the final defense of this universe. Take the power, and let's return Zeno to the one who awaits him, before it's too late."
Vegeta agreed, and then the light exploded. A pure, celestial light that engulfed the universe itself. The earth shook, and everyone was flooded with a radiance so intense they had to shut their eyes tightly. And when the light faded, Vegeta appeared, but not as he was before. He appeared in a sacred form, celestial light swirling around his body. Everyone stared in indescribable awe, for Vegeta looked like the heir to a throne forgotten by time. In that moment, Zeno's voice thundered with anger. "You still insist on ruining the system? If the erasure technique didn't work, then I will end you my own way. Guards, deal with them." The two royal guards moved instantly, appearing in front of Goku and Vegeta, their royal energy surging. At that moment, Vegeta did not step back. He stepped forward and said, "We are not standing against the system. We stand with the truth that darkness blinded you from. Kakarot, let us carry the burden of this existence together." Goku and Vegeta exchanged a brief look, a look of understanding,
silence, and unshakable resolve. Then they advanced together in unified, calm steps, yet their aura shook the earth. Their lights intertwined like a golden bridge between two sacred forces, Goku's pure light and Vegeta's new royal light. And as they advanced, behind them unfolded a scene visible only to hearts made of light. Zeno's mother, beside her, Ozarius looked at his son Zeno with the heart of a father broken for millions of years. The great clash between the royal light and the royal guards was on the brink of erupting. Far away, in an unknown place, at the edge of existence itself, in dense darkness, untouched by any world's light, the Grand Priest appeared. His body was in torment. The Grand Priest was preparing to do something he had never done since existence began. So what was he planning?